Hi, my name is Aradhata Bhandari, and this is my submission for the AI Engineer Candidate Case Study at Green Growth CPA. My focus has been Challenge 10 Trustworthy AI. In order to trust the AI, we also need to be able to confirm the source of the documentation it's using and the fact that none of the fields have been edited by someone else. So, source documentation and clickable versus editable have also been implemented here. There are also some elements from challenge number 4, context preservation, and challenge number 6, return status in progress, as well as a few tidbits from other challenges because I did want this to seem as close as possible to how a real system would work. That being said, this would be more of a first pass and obviously open for it to be improved upon. This would be the first page that Alex Morgan, our tax preparer, sees when he opens the tax workspace. He can see his open queue, so the returns that require action from him, all of the open returns, so including things that are blocked or awaiting something from the client. He can filter by just waiting client or awaiting the reviewer. He can also see only the things that are blocked for some reason or the other. And if anything is ready to file, which at the moment it isn't. And if at any time Alex forgets what any of the signs or signals mean, he can look at the interaction guide. There are also some elements that are hoverable, so over here we need a firm review because a reviewer found an allocation that needs prepare follow-up. And over here we need to review some exceptions before sending the return for firm review. So let's click into Jane Doe's return here. Since I have open actions, it's going to take me directly into the work that I need to do, but I can at any time go to overview, see what stage of the process we're in, see everything that needs review, look at the source documentation or any calculations that were taken. I can also open the return from either here or by going here and look at all of the numbers that have been identified so far. But let's look at what needs a review. This is an example of something where the AI has pulled numbers and has decided that a human actually needs to review this, and we can see that the review is recommended. It needs review because there's a partially obscured ally account number. There's also a source that this is a calculation from two numbers. It highlights what the form name is and what line it's from. We don't have to look at it in super detail here. We can just see it right here, the calculation, what documents it's coming from. We can switch between documents, see what's highlighted. We can also see that this account number is obscured, but it does seem like Jane Doe's form for the correct year, the correct form. Everything looks good. We can look at what the AI considers to be evidence. So it's that both of the documents are using the same year, the same taxpayer name, and the calculation is correct. So this particular field has not had any activity so far, but I think that the calculation is correct. Ally document. I can record my decision. So that's now going to go into the verified fields. So that was the taxable interest, and you can now see the activity history, which was the fact that I am saying the calculation was checked, and I've verified this field now. Similarly, this is another field that needs review. There are 2 digits that have weak character matches. Firm policy is also highlighted here, which is that we need to override low confidence score values. We can look at the evidence and open questions. We can also see all of the history that has happened. There was a proposal made by a different preparer that was rejected by a manager, and it's then come to my desk. So I look at the number, I agree. If for whatever reason I didn't agree, I could change this right here. I could add another number and it would immediately fix it, but that would go directly into review requested. That number is incorrect, so it will be rejected, but I can, this button is not set up, but I would be able to nudge my reviewer. And once I submit it, it goes to the reviewer, so I want to make sure I'm correct. I can also click into the document detail, which also highlights that I've made a change that is awaiting approval. And yes, this is the third kind, which is over here. I, Alex Morgan, have tried to manually enter a field before the AI finished processing the W2, or perhaps before it was uploaded. And it seems like I mistyped 2 numbers. So I can use the source value, keep the current value that I had typed in, or change it here. There's, again, no history because I haven't typed anything. So in this case, I will choose to keep the source. And this will prompt me to ensure that there's no other state income tax withholdings that perhaps have not been parsed, in which case this number would be incorrect but still document supported. This is thankfully the only state income tax withholding for this review, so I will apply this. Now, this is awaiting approval, so I need to, I can't finish the prepare review until that approval has been done, but I can then come back to my work view and then see what is remaining, which is the Harbor Design LLC. I'm now going to switch over to the review manager, which in this case is Priya Shah. Priya Shah has been assigned 2 reviews, which are these 2 returns for which we need to perform the final review. I'm going to click into Owen Brooks first. Over here, it's pretty similar to what we saw before. These are all calculations. So I can check the calculation over here. I can view the document that they're coming from. I can, I can check what stage we're at. I can look at all of the activity history that's taken. I can look at where the current value came from. So just to show how it would work, I'm going to very quickly just say I have verified all of these and record those decisions. At which point, when there's nothing left to do and there are no more verifications needed, I can look at the review one more time, ensure everything is done, and finish the manager review. Once I finish the review, it will be handed off to the client for client approval, and it will leave my open tasks queue. So when I complete the handoff, it's no longer in my open tasks. It's now awaiting client review. My client is Owen Brooks. From review completed by Priya Shah, the draft is awaiting client approval. Now let's assume something that needed review is a review that I reject for whatever reason. This is correct, but I'm going to reject it. Incorrect extraction, I can record that decision. It's going to get recorded. And then this will be sent back to the preparer so that they can ensure that the value is correct. Because if they're sending it for verification and I reject it, then they need to do the task. They need to find what the reason was for the rejection, which is the incorrect extraction, fix extraction, send it back. And yeah, you can also click into the calculations. You can see all the documents that the numbers came from. You can see what calculation was taken. You can click deeper and see all of the support. You can see whether it was reviewed, what can be edited, and you can see an overview of the return, which is now this number has been rejected, so it will go back. And yeah, so this is obviously a very high level system. There is no back end. All of the data has been hard coded. And because the focus was challenge number 10, which is AI trustworthiness, some of the nitty gritty details. For example, what happens if the like what happens when the manager rejects something that will not at this moment show up again at the tax preparer's document, because I've not linked that up because it wasn't a focus of this challenge. But the idea of this is how it would be presented to the viewer, and I would love to discuss this or my other experiences with you in more detail. Thank you.